Hi, I'm Barbara Davis. I'm the Executive Minister at the First Presbyterian Church in the city of New York, and this is a continuation of our Bible study series where we're studying the Bible in 3 years, and we're also doing these short videos of the Bible in 3 minutes. And so this month during Lent, we're looking at the Johannine community. So last week on March 1st, we did the Gospel of John, and throughout the rest of this month, we're looking at the so-called letters of John, 1, 2, and 3, the Johannine letters. And so first up for this week, March 8th, is 1 John. So as you might be able to discern from just what I've said so far, these 3 books are connected with the community that gave us the Gospel of John. It's thought that while it's not probably the identical author, it does come out of that Johannine school, and likely was a little bit later than when the Gospel of John was written. That community created that Gospel probably sometime in the last decade of the 1st century, so in the 90s of the Common Era, and 1 John was likely about 20 years, 10 to 20 years after that. So sometime between 100 and 110 of the Common Era. So we're kind of jumping out of that 1st century a little bit when we get to these letters. It's thought that probably also like the Gospel of John's community, that this letter was likely written in Ephesus, so somewhere in and around modern-day Turkey or Syria. There are a couple of different arguments that's situated a little bit away from Ephesus and more in Syria. One thing, though, referring to this as a letter, if you've read through it already or about to read through it, you might notice right away that it's not sort of set up like your typical letter in the New Testament, and it's actually not really formed in the way that the letters in the New Testament are formed. It's much more of a sermon or a persuasive essay trying to really highlight the conflict within that community there and sort of what it means to be part of the community and embraced in love of brothers and sisters in the community and love of God. There's certainly that tension in the community. There's been some kind of a rift, and scholars are still undecided about exactly what that's about, except that it does seem to be concerned primarily with the humanity of Jesus. There's insistence by the author of 1 John that Jesus came in the flesh, and this could be just part of sort of the divide that is emerging in this kind of bridge of the 1st to 2nd century about Jesus' divinity and Jesus' humanity. We see a lot of kind of similarities between this letter and the Gospel of John, including the use of the metaphors of light and darkness. The unity between Jesus and God is also another piece of that, and then of course a very strong emphasis on the importance of love. And so that's just a little bit about 1 John. I hope you can join us for Bible study on Wednesdays at 12:30. You can find the Zoom link in our newsletter First Matters, or you can join us in person on the corner of 12th Street and 5th Avenue in the library, 12:30 on Wednesday.